What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 316 of the Cheesy Controller Podcast. I'm your host, Anton LaPlatte. Joining me, as always, we have the mech of Mistria, Chris Montalbano.
I'm farming, and I'm loving it.
We got the Ray Trace to Rag Madrid Devon.
I think Mr. Fantastic is very fantastic.
And we got the most degenerate squid running the server, Jalen Roberts.
Brigida, let me take you out to dinner. One good time.
We got a jam-packed episode for you guys this week. We're going to be talking about Freedom Wars Remastered, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Balatro, Silent Hill 2, Fields of Mistria, Swords, Knives, and Marvel Rivals.
That's just a royalty thing at this point.
I mean, that's like generational breeding type of things, and
so they got
like
generational
eugenics,
breeding kinks,
like
that's
eugenics,
wild.
like eugenics. Just divine right of kings. You should sleep with your sister. Keep the bloodline pure.
We got to make sure it's as thick as possible.
It's like fuck a family tree.
No harm can come of this.
This shit is a circle. I should call you Ham about how inbred you are. Holy shit.
Damn. It's all fun in games till somebody dies of a paper cut.
The common cold wipes out an entire dynasty.
That happens so many times. Like, that's what happened to King Tut. That's basically what killed him, if I remember correctly.
See, you got to have that Dr. Stone, that soap. All right. That was the first ingredient made in the Stone world. I've been watching Dr. Stone on Netflix.
You know what I got into on Netflix and had me wearing this shirt? They have most of the Naruto movies. They have all of the Naruto movies that I've seen on Netflix. So
they have all the ones that I haven't seen. Well, a lot of the ones I haven't seen on Netflix. So.
Well, yeah, there are some that I haven't seen that are.
Wait, is that one where they go where it starts off with this where the scene starts out of style, where the art style is completely different, then Naruto comes in and fucks up the entire mood? Is that movie on there?
Was it part of OG Naruto? Because they have all
OG.
Okay,
This is OG.
yes.
OG.
They have all of the OG movies.
Because I was about to say, name a Shippuden movie, and you'll be naming a Shippuden movie that I haven't seen. Because
I'm going to tell you the truth. I forgot
I've
seen
two Shippuden movies, and
I
neither
just
of
watched
them were
one
like
the other
engaged watches.
Was it the one where Naruto and Sasuke? No, Naruto
that is
and
all
Sakura
of them.
go to another. They go to another world where Naruto's parents didn't die.
No,
but instead Sakura's parents died.
No, that definitely wasn't it. But I'm like, Naruto and Sasuke or Naruto and Sakura go somewhere else.
Yeah. In that world, Naruto's name was Minma, like the ramen ingredient. The other ramen ingredient.
Ramen.
That he hates.
Oh.
Minma. Bamboo shoots for the uninformed.
Thanks.
I love bamboo shoots. They're delicious. Bamboo shoots are fucking delicious. Fucking children not eating their vegetables.
I have to be in the mood for them. Also, I found out that those shits were like soaked in like fish, something.
Fish sauce.
Fish sauce.
Something. Fish powder, fish flakes, fish sauce, fish broth. Could have been any of that. It's not a strong enough taste for you to really notice, but if you check the ingredients, there's anchovies in it.
Oh.
Oh.
Definitely not vegan.
I mean, I'm sure it's not all of them, but yeah.
Yeah,
Another
but I mean,
thing,
like,
I learned not to trust restaurants that aren't vegan that say they have vegan products.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because sometimes they just mean vegetarian. But yeah, what's in it? Milk, butter, eggs, honey, and some fish flakes. So, perfectly vegan.
I mean, even if you're
that's crazy because all of them are byproducts except for the fish flakes, which are like the actual meat of an animal.
Ground up.
Yeah.
We put it in the grinder. Got it grinded.
But
turned it into powder.
International foods, you can't, like, unless they explicitly are a vegan restaurant, like anything outside of American culture food, that is not going to be vegan because they just like irrespective.
Indian food, actually, Indian food specifically.
Oh yeah, Indian food has a lot of
Indian food.
Unless
I think
that
that's the biggest
motherfucker
vegan population.
says fucking
True.
butter naan, then you're good. You know.
Yeah, Indian, because a lot of Indians are either vegan or vegetarian, so like the entire cuisine being around like religious reasons, like that does make sense.
Yeah.
But like places like Japanese food, like they'll just be fishing it for no.
There's
fucking
fish in
reason.
everything.
There's,
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. They're an island.
It makes.
There's fish in everything, like how we have corn and everything.
yeah.
Well, that's big
And
farming
Dr.
business.
Stone, Corn City was located in the United States.
And Whale City
right.
is definitely somewhere in Japan.
Was.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know what? I'm saying this right now. The world went to shit when we started killing the whales. They were maintaining the server.
Yeah, I mean, to have brains that big and like.
Okay.
they started fighting back.
Those are orcas. Those are orcas. Those are giant dolphins.
Well, no.
Them motherfuckers. Those
are killing
Those are
machines.
Killer pandas.
Those are giant dolphins. Those things are no. The only thing
The
worse than a
whales
dolphin is a
did
bigger
fight
dolphin.
back,
They
Killer whales will hunt and eat whales.
They literally drown whale
That's true.
babies for the smoke. They do it just so they could have something to do while listening to King Von. King Von went to the ocean and turned into the orca.
killer whales do like to, like they just smack stingrays up in the air for no reason.
They do it all.
They do
They do it all.
They're assholes.
Dolphins get high off of pufferfish, the neurotoxins that they.
I mean, that's
I
kind of
used
lit.
to
Though.
know the name of the neurotoxin that were in.
Oh,
pufferfish.
you're deep in it. But I was gonna say in the mythos of the magician.
Wait, ain't it just? Oh, it's tetrodotoxin. Okay, because I was like, ain't that?
Tetrodotoxin?
Yeah, tetrodotoxin. Because I'm like, ain't that one of the primary ingredients in Botox?
Yep. Because it's like the paralysis of the nerves that's like.
Yeah.
It's causing
Weird.
permanent nerve damage.
An
Well,
interesting
all nerve
species.
damage is permanent nerve damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
The nervous system is the one system in the human body that doesn't replicate itself.
Because it's a bunch of wires. Literally, those are wires. Those are our electrical wires.
True. This is why you don't put your finger in sockets.
Oh, it's too late for that.
Not even once.
Instructions unclear. Put dick in socket.
Yeah, I mean, if you can fit it, you might as well try it at that point.
Yeah. If it fits, might as well try it.
If it fits, I stick. That is crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah. The mid handbook is so trash.
It really is.
Like, how's that the first paragraph? Like, what type of fucking onboarding is that?
That's page 1. Page 2 is knives.
Oh man.
Is sword subsection B, or did it get its own chapter?
It's a footnote in knives. It's like see chapter 18, like, and then it's like the most expansive sword knowledge because like all a sword is a long knife. So that's what you have to say in the knife section, but also swords are significant enough.
Then explain daggers. Daggers are the same size
Okay, so
as
think about
knives.
okay, they're all knives. They're all knives. All bladed.
For more dagging, you know?
Yeah, right. Like, here's the thing about it: is if you're stuck in a hallway, in a hallway, right? Let's say
Alley.
one of the hallways in your house.
Okay.
Could you comfortably swing a sword to hurt somebody with that?
No.
Exactly.
want-
That's why
you
we
want
have
a knife.
daggers. That's why we have daggers.
That's why
Yeah.
you
Yes.
jab with a sword.
Yeah, but the movement with a dagger is pretty.
It's a lot. It's
You would
a
get-
lot more natural.
They're all
Yeah.
jabs. Okay, you just
They
gotta,
are all
like,
jabs.
go from
And depending on the
swings to
size, this
jabs.
is why we have sizes though, because then you can have slashes. Because depending on, for example, if you don't have armor, like for example, the whole reason why swords became ubiquitous is because most people were using cloth armor, which is easily pierced with a sword.
Mhm.
But then once armor actually became
Chainmail.
commonplace, not even chainmail. Once like actual plate mail became became affordable, that's when we started seeing the return to like blunt weapons,
Yeah.
warhammers and maces. Because
Morning
you know,
even a lot of
I
the,
can't
like-
stab you, but I can give you a concussion.
Even the
Yeah.
great swords
Yeah.
aren't used for cutting. They're used for like fucking smashing. Like they're there to break your bones.
Like knives are the only weapon we've invented that isn't a bonking stick. Like
The
serious.
katana, which
Yeah.
is
But then we start getting into guns and bows and crossbows because none of those are bonk sticks.
okay. Crossbows are.
I
I
mean-
want to stab the person all the way over there.
Actually,
That's also
actually,
guns.
most ammunitions are I want to stab you from over there. That's just mailing a stabbing. Have you ever mailed somebody a stab wound? That's a gun.
I don't think legally we should answer those questions.
Yeah. No.
Just in case.
Wait. What would be the mechanics of that? How would you like stab a
Open
Would it be like that one scene from JoJo's where they open up the letter?
He opens the book like, "Whoa, what's this?" And it's just a fucking gun. It's coming out. It's a gun pointing out of the book. It's just like, yo. Yeah, that's exactly how that would look. Or you just open it and you automatically get shot somewhere randomly on your body.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be like where you open it at. It has to be completely random.
So while we're on the topic of gun, I've been playing Call of Duty Black Ops 6 this week, and I
Yes.
prestiged for the first time since Black Ops 1.
Hey.
Also, I like how you said your knife is like on some Call of Duty shit. When
Yes.
I'm like, you mean just
American.
America.
U.S. military propaganda? Like,
Look, topographical maps are a global system of maps, not just an American.
It's an international thing.
But
Right.
remember, the CIA has its hands in most of our media. Not the CIA, the military in general has their hands in most of our media. So, like,
straight up
I wouldn't be
Call of Duty.
surprised. No. Remember, Call of Duty has ties to the U.S. military. That's why the FBI investigated Activision when the whole Blizzard stuff came out. Because
Okay.
Activision has U.S. contracts. I mean,
Yep.
has military contracts.
Yep.
Huh.
Bobby Kotick, back at it. But yeah, I mean, Call of Duty is just military propaganda, but
It is.
I feel like topographical maps were not cool until they became like gun skins in Call of Duty.
I don't know. You haven't been with them map freaks. Them map freaks love themselves some topography. Them maps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's such a
Cartographers?
niche group.
Right. Like you're going from that niche group to the amount of people that
Exactly.
buy Call of Duty.
No, you're
So
right.
that's
You're right.
like
I'm just saying it ain't no one.
ocean.
That's my point. My point is that it ain't no one.
Yeah, but I
That's
would not
true.
have
Okay,
bought
yes,
a
it's fair.
topographical knife pre Call of Duty. I would. There are other knives that would have been bought for sure. Call of Duty is the first time that made me consider a Damascus knife.
That's the first. Wow.
Fucking
okay.
nerd.
That's. I mean, to be fair, you just get into the chef like culinary industry, and then you just like started liking Damascus knives. I got a few of them.
type shit.
It's on the hit list now
Mm-hmm. It's cool.
officially. Like I need like
The boys
Full-tank
crave to go
katana.
knife shopping. It's just what it is.
we
It's
got to
just
go to
what it
Helen.
is.
There's
gotta,
a
like-
sword shop in Helen. That is the destination. Like if you are a man in the Southeast United States, you end up in Helen looking at swords.
Can we go tubing too?
Yes, tubing with alcohol, then swords.
Oh, we're running that back? We're finally running that back? We're finally running that back? Let's
Please.
go.
Jalen's experienced the Helen, the cannon.
Oh, I've
one.
had both. I did the tubing. I've done the swords, both in one day. Please,
Yes.
let's go.
Where were both these things? Helen.
How far is Helen?
From us?
2
Probably,
hours?
Yeah.
Hour 45, depending on traffic.
It's up. What?
Man,
It's up.
You go
85
up-
or 280 or 985?
That's a great question. I've only driven there myself once, and it was to look at a wedding venue. So
That's fair. I've driven up there a couple
we did
times.
not. Needless to say, we did not go with that wedding venue.
Thankfully.
We all
Thankfully,
appreciate you.
I
for that.
appreciate that.
Thankfully.
Oh man.
But yeah, so Call of Duty Prestige.
Congratulations.
Gonna probably do it again because all the prestiging maybe like it sparked. I had a tab open on my computer before recording of meta multiplayer loadouts in Call of Duty, so
What?
Metaphor.
Actually,
What
I
does
was-
that mean? Can you explain that? Can you break
I
that
said
down for
that
me?
with my Celebi deck.
let me just go to my history and send this page to you, Chris, because it'll be like attachments and perks and
Oh.
all these different like. Let's see.
That's sick.
Attachments and perks.
Call of
Sounds
Duty, this Call of Duty especially
a crazy
has been
time.
just such a good time to turn off your brain and just, I don't know, just let out some of that hate you got within you. Just,
that hatred.
yeah.
Okay.
Look
so
at
I'm
guns
just-
that you're never going to care about buying in real life, but you're like, this is cool.
because all the really cool guns suck. Like the fucking, what is it? The MTB 8 and the MTB 11? No, the meta. It's the Metaba MT1. That gun's fucking sick. It's a piece of shit. That gun's fucking sick. I'm serious. Like, I'll post that in the Discord.
I will say the marksman's guns, either they like nerfed them or I'm just ass with them now, but I picked them up one day and I was just getting hella kills with it and then tried a week later and it felt like it was not doing any damage.
Marksmen's are a flip of a coin, like with your usefulness. It's just like a brain space that it occupies that you have to.
You have to like
tap
be there.
Yeah, you have to tap into that brain space to use marksman rifles. Because it's the same thing in Fortnite for me. Sometimes it'll be like, oh, you're just dying from a trillion miles away to like, I am not hitting a single shot and you are like 10 feet in front of me. Like, I should
This
be
is this is why when I do play with sniper rifles, I do it on PC because you're actually just clicking heads. And
That's
that
true.
makes so much more sense. Like
Yeah.
controllers feel good when I'm about to do something stupid, like run in there with a shotgun and do shotgun things, or with like an SMG.
I feel that. I really do.
That's why I like movement shooters on controllers. Like if I can move around and do stupid stuff, I just want a good pistol, an SMG. Let's parkour.
Analog sticks are better for movement. Mouse is better for accuracy. So, like,
Don't
look.
fully agree with that.
I mean, we are
Like-
going to just that opinion alone. Hopefully, we'll just get enough hate for this podcast that we just build so much traction. Because
You know what?
I agree with that though.
I mean,
Analog
I will say I
stick for
really do like playing.
like the movement of your character itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the lateral movements, front to back, that type of shit.
Analog stick
For
is
sure.
like infinitely better than keys. But
Then
then,
WASD? What the fuck is that?
I will say, I have
Maybe
been
it's just
brainwashed for
practice.
decades. I've
think-
been brainwashed for decades.
I think it's practice,
Thumb,
yo.
motherfucker, one thumb.
how do you do back left with one input?
No, you don't have one input. You have two inputs.
See,
Yeah, SD or S or
It's
AS.
SD.
Here's
Oh
how
wait,
you
no.
do
If
it
you want to
on
go left, my
controller.
bad. If you want to go left, it's SD.
Yeah, it's the
Back
same. I mean,
left. How you go diagonal?
That's how you do back left with one input.
Now aiming with your mouse.
I
sure.
guess I just like having my fingers in weird positions.
Yeah,
I
but,
guess
I
that's
mean-
just a lifestyle of mine.
I feel like we could talk all the shit
I
we
need
want
that
to, but
dexterity,
aren't
my
all
brothers.
esports on mouse and keyboard?
Because
That's so
the
they can do the
aiming,
point and click.
yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying.
because-
Mouse is better for like your right stick. Like mouse is better than right stick, but left stick is better than keys.
I think the reason why I like mouse and keyboard for movement is more the fact that I can do all my movement with one hand.
What controller are they? What type of inputs are they using for sports games?
I don't know about sports games. I'm talking about shooters.
Yeah, I could.
What do you
I-
mean?
nope,
Are you talking
nope,
about?
This is
Nope.
my point. These are games where you
Yeah,
doing a lot of
I
movement.
believe there are games that are.
Better
You know
on
what? I really
control.
thought we were just having this conversation in the context of shooters. But if we're talking in
Yes.
general, then absolutely, I agree with both of you. In general, yes, there are some games that are better with controller, some games that are better with PC. I thought we were specifically talking about shooters.
I was, but I mean, if you expand,
I'm doing
it
this
out,
to further my point.
Because, like, which
It's honestly, I think it's a game by game basis. I'm
Well,
not going
it's
to play
a
a sports
genre
game
by
with the
genre.
WASW or
I'm not playing a sports
WSD.
game.
I'm
let's
not
just be
doing
real.
that.
I'm not staying.
it's the same thing. So like,
Yeah, when
skate-
that Shaolin soccer drops, I'm all for it.
Wait. I'm in for that. That.
I know that's not the name of it, but
so like so like more simulation skating games. Like I couldn't Monster Hunter. I couldn't imagine playing Monster Hunter mouse and keyboard.
I'll give you that. I will definitely give you that.
Like there are games that are like, hey, play this
Like-
on a controller.
See,
honestly, 14 is the weird one where I would want to have some sort of hybrid setup where I can move my character with my controller, but use my hotbar by
Yeah.
clicking.
So
That would.
oh, so you're
keyboard
talking about
also
literally
beats
like the
out
hand
face
mouse.
You're talking about that. You're talking about that like
no,
keyboard
he
setup
just
where
has
it's like
a flight
like.
stick with the keyboard.
Well, I'm saying there's a keyboard
be
that's
wild.
like one half of it is literally just a nunchuck with the keyboard attached to it. I'm talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, playing 14 is easier for me on a mouse and keyboard.
Maybe.
It's
Right,
the movement isn't as crazy as
Yeah,
like
that's
you
the
would
thing.
need a joystick.
It's more about knowing where you need to be, less than
like
having
how
the
you're
reflexes
getting
to
there.
be there.
What
Yeah.
like what you're pushing to get there.
My fingers
Yeah.
aren't built for WASD at all, so
I mean, I can do it. It's just
I don't
to
want
me,
to do
left
it.
stick is just like
Yeah, it's just
Oh,
practice.
actually, you want to know my
in
secret?
combination with the mouse.
Madrid, you want to know my secret?
It-
I don't.
it
My
doesn't
fingers
feel good.
don't rest on WSD. My fingers rest on QWERTY. Like
Huh.
my fingers are mostly on QWE. I don't actually rest my. I don't actually hold my fingers in WASD. I rest my
well,
fingers on
you
QWE.
really can't. Unless you're using all four, like you're not using your pinky when gaming.
Oh no, yes I am. No, that's shift button sprint.
Yeah,
Shift sprint.
I was
Okay,
like,
shift is sprint.
That's
Pinky
on
sprint. Thumb is jump.
yeah,
And then the other fingers are my cardinal directions.
yeah. I got my middle finger on the W, my ring finger
that
on the
moves down
A,
to
and then
S.
the pointer on the D, and then the middle finger will change between W and S. It's super smooth.
Yeah.
because you
Ring
just do it
finger,
without
Q and
thinking.
A.
Why did
Yeah.
I got on shorts?
What are you talking about?
I'm looking out my window.
Oh. Wait, ain't it like 40 degrees? That made me need a coat on.
That was a grown ass man.
Hey,
We're down
And
to
yes.
39 over here.
I stand by what I said,
Okay.
though. I
Okay.
stand by what I
And
said.
yes, he is.
thanks for answering the question I didn't ask.
Yes, I mean he had on a long sleeve shirt. It looked like he was doing some.
That's also the meta.
running, but
that is-
yeah, no.
You can tell how cold it is by how many jackets are hanging up behind me because it's just like I come sit down the game. It's like, well, I've been wearing this jacket all day. Let me.
Mhm.
Let me switch into the other my in the house jacket.
Oh no.
That's what I did.
Directly under the desk.
Ooh. From your PC.
That's why the PC is directly on top of the desk.
question
What's
for
up?
Anton. This is Pokemon Go related.
Okay.
Oh.
Why does Curlia have a hat and a mustache?
It is Fashion Week.
Okay.
It is Fashion Week, hence you will find Blitzels wearing a BDSM collar, and you will
What?
find...
Wait. I'm sorry. What?
What?
Y'all
I'm
all
sorry,
know what
what?
Blitzel is due to...
No.
It's like
No, I don't.
TCG Pocket. I was cursed with getting nonstop Blitzels.
Oh, the
No.
zebra, the electric
Oh,
zebra.
the zebra.
The electric
Okay.
zebra.
Yeah, that don't mean I remember their names.
Nope. Unless I want it.
Some
And a
shit like
deck,
that?
I don't care.
In and out.
But I got a shiny Blitzel with the collar.
And that was in BDSM gear?
hmm
Mm.
It seems like during these events, now that I'm higher level, before it was like an absolute zero chance that I was getting an event Pokemon shiny. But like as I've leveled up, I think the last few events I've gotten a shiny. So I got a Blitzel, I got a Hoot, a Wurmple. Actually, I got 3 shiny hat Wurmples from New Year's, 2 shiny hat Hoots, and 2 shiny hat Jigglypuffs out of the last event.
When they evolve, do they keep their hats?
Yes.
Or do they not evolve?
Some of them can't evolve. So Hoot, I have a shiny Noctowl with a hat. Doing top hat for New Year's. And then I have a shiny Wigglytuff with a bow.
Oh.
But Wurmple just does not have the option to evolve. So I just have 3 shiny Wurmples wearing hats.
I see. It's because of that middle evolution.
What, Cascoon?
It could
Yep.
be wearing a hat. You could just put like that thing. And
It'd be kind of cute with a hat on.
Diglett is another one.
They don't want to
has
do that, though.
A hat right now, and Diglett with a hat has the. All right, so
It's like a dick with a condom.
It's wearing a top hat.
Oh.
Now just imagine what it evolves into.
It's
Just imagine
uncircumcised.
Doug Trio with a hat.
It's just one hat.
Is it 2 hats? It could be
It
3
is
hats.
just one hat.
Yeah.
That's funny though.
Doug
That
Trio
is funny.
needs like.
Why are they all rubbing up against each other like that?
Hey.
Hey.
Seeing
That's what Doug
Pokemon in
Trio
motion
do.
going,
Yeah. It's not always the best.
it's not always the best. Ew.
And it's not
It's
a
like when you're pulling
mustache,
out
it's
3
a
hot
hat and a
dogs out
bow
of the pack.
tie. The hat and a bow tie in the Curlia, not a mustache.
Oh,
No, hat and a bow tie.
okay. It looked like a mustache.
That one's trying to evolve into Glade.
That one
Mhm.
also does not evolve.
So you gotta be stuck with the middle evolution?
Yes.
Yes, it's meant for
Right.
like a
But
great
Pokemon can no longer evolve if you put a hat on them. If you give a Curlia
a
a hat
lot
and a
of-
bow tie, they can't evolve no more.
Yeah.
But a lot of them
Wow.
can evolve.
In my experience, most of the ones that I've got can't.
So
I
I'm
think
gonna
there's,
go
like-
to my
There's sometimes
event
where
decks.
EVs just don't evolve.
Bulbasaur with hats don't evolve. Charmanders with hats do evolve. Squirtles with hats do evolve.
Okay, so far there's no rhyme or reason to this.
Yeah, absolutely not. So
I was-
certain
yeah.
and Pikachu, the Pokemon with the most hats, certain variations of Pikachu, such as the Christmas and the Halloween one, can evolve, but certain ones, i.e. the Scuba Chew, like just as a prime example, cannot evolve.
It's like they don't want to accept the fact that Pikachu can evolve, but they gave him an evolution, thus they can't completely ignore
I
it.
think they just didn't want to give Raichu a hat. I really think their hating asses just didn't want to give Raichu
I
a
feel
hat.
like they
had
don't
a
wanna give
Christmas
Raichu
hat,
love
a
at all.
Halloween hat, like that's
'Cause
the
it wasn't
thing. There
cute.
are a lot of
Raichu's fucking adorable. What the fuck are you talking about?
Alolan
Right.
Raichu.
He's
hats.
not
Raichu is not
cute.
adorable.
Yes, he
But
is.
he's-
What the
he's-
fuck are
but
you
he's
talking
cool.
about?
But he's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
he's cool.
He goes from cute Pikachu to like cool ass Raichu, except for
Raichu's
like the what is it, the Lola one?
Raichu's fucking adorable. I don't know what
That
the
one's
fuck you
cute
want.
and cool because it surfs on its tail.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
And
pretty
Raichu's
sick.
fucking adorable. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
This
So
is all
Raichu-
what you talking about?
opinion.
No, I wouldn't give Raichu a hug.
You wouldn't give high.
You wouldn't even write you a hug? What the fuck?
Oh, I'm gonna get electrocuted.
I
Fuck
fist
that.
bump him. I'm like, bam, give him a little fist
Yeah,
bump.
I'll do that. That'll feel like a safer alternative. Plus, I think he'll be cool with that. Like Pikachu, if Pikachu shocks me, it was worth it. You know, if Raichu does it, it's like he should have known better. Yeah.
Okay, so
Like,
it's
so
you
basically
just
how we
explained-
embrace the toddlers, but we don't give it to children. Okay, I see it.
Yes.
Oh, that ain't no child. Raichu? No.
Raichu
that ain't
has
grown.
middle school kid energy.
No, bro. You can drink beer with Raichu if you want to.
Yeah.
Raichu drinks sochu. Like,
Hold on.
a fully evolved Pokemon's a grown ass man.
Raichu's rolling up with the Kirin Ichiban. Straight up.
Yeah.
Okay, then here's my question:
This
what
is
Pokemon
just
drinks
beer.
Sapporo, or however you pronounce it?
Sapporo?
Yeah, which one drinks Sapporo? What Pokemon drinks Sapporo?
Charmander? No, not Charmeleon. He's not supposed to, though, because he's underage.
Golem.
Yeah, Golem for sure.
He looks like he has a heavy drinking problem.
See, Geodude is double fisting 40s. Just, I can't.
I mean,
all,
yeah, he-
all rock Pokemon are grown ass men.
Yeah. Even Geodude is a grown ass man, just evolving into another grown ass man.
He just gets some legs.
See,
He gets a little
with
more
fighting
grounded.
types, it gets a little bit more complicated because Machop, Machop is straight edge, but then Machamp be partying.
Yeah, that's because he's all roided out.
No, Machoke is like retirement era. Okay, I don't know if we talked about this at all on the podcast, but Monday Night Raw has been airing on Netflix, and they started
yes.
off
Yeah,
the
no.
first week by booing Hulk Hogan off the stage.
That shit
man,
was
that's-
funny. That
that
shit
shit-
was funny.
I was like, man, this is my first time watching wrestling probably since the 90s. And whoo-wee, let me tell you. That shit was cathartic.
Yeah, I mean now it seems
Whoa,
like
brother. I'm here to sell you some new beer.
Netflix and Raw is the greatest tag team of all
Boo!
time.
Boo!
Boo!
Nice.
You know, security were on their P's and Q's because nothing got thrown at them.
Yeah.
Those were the levels of booze. Like it's booze plus tomatoes and beer cans levels.
I feel like they do that a lot though, because like in wrestling, you're supposed to have a heel where everybody hates.
Well, no. See, he does. That's the thing. The New Day are currently heels, and I believe that is because Xavier Woods has been hanging out with Greg Miller too much. But that's besides the point.
Okay.
So they're heels. Hulk Hogan was like, he was not aware of the fact that he was disliked until he walked out.
No, according to him, they were saying woo.
According to him.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You know, he went backstage and fired somebody.
Mhm.
Somebody's getting fired, brother. No,
it was a good time.
If only there was a way for Macho Man Randy Savage to do that. I just like hearing him talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to come down here? Whoa, brother.
Everybody's brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Slowly Hardy are.
Hey, Mario!
Which I'm sure is the reason Hulk Hogan was getting booed.
No, that's definitely why he got booed. And also, didn't
was right
Hulk Hogan
before
go MAGA
Travis Scott.
this year too?
You said what?
Didn't Hulk Hogan go MAGA this year?
Yeah,
He's
full
been
time.
MAGA for a while.
Go.
Right, yeah. Like the second there was a MAGA to be, Hulk Hogan was on that boat.
Fair.
That was why he was getting booed.
Is that
I feel like the list of crimes is longer than we imagine.
is wrestling really like super progressive where they're like against us? The fan base seems a little.
No, like we are not far off from seeing Donald Trump appearing on Monday Night Raw on Netflix.
Again.
Can we have Stone Cold come out there and Stone Cold Stunner?
As sitting president, he's going to be on Monday Night Raw.
I can believe it.
The prophecies are really coming true.
Oh.
Once again, when they killed the whales, the server got fucked up. That's where we got all this server instability.
Whales are magicians that are holding back the Kraken.
Oh wait, okay. So they sing the siren song that
really,
keeps Cthulhu
put
asleep.
the cherry on top of this whole United States disaster.
Yeah, the United States is looking like Punk Hazard right now.
What we need is Godzilla to emerge from the Gulf of America.
Oh
no!
My God!
No, that's too close to here.
Yeah.
I don't think Godzilla.
I don't need that radiation lizard. No, that's a radiation lizard.
I was about to say Godzilla has no reason to come to Atlanta, but I'm sure there's something that rests in Lake Lanier. That would be that would submit a strong enough kaiju signal to summon kaiju to come fight him.
It's like Skull Island, Atlanta.
Yeah. Just having
come to find out, it was never haunted. It was feeding. They were being preyed upon by the thing in the lake. The thing that will confront Godzilla soon enough.
Yeah.
No,
so kaiju, alien, curse wound, angel, and Genova. I know people spotted Sephiroth.
Oh, definitely. I saw Sephiroth at match. I saw Sephiroth at Follies. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
If we're taking angles of attack, the most logical thing is for a Cloverfield to hit New York.
Yeah.
Like, that's the most logical kaiju attack because, the Wiener Cloud hit Texas and all of that. So it wouldn't make sense for the Gulf of Mexico to have a kaiju emerge. California's already on fire. So, like, the West Coast is, relatively... Godzilla's not going to emerge into a flame-ridden, salted earth, But if a Cloverfield were to hit New York, that would be the kaiju that 2025 would be most likely to happen. So when it happens, I called it.
At this point.
Yeah.
At this point,
I wouldn't be surprised if that was like an end of server event or Dalamon.
The answer starts playing. You go, oh no!
I was thinking about this today. Is Medion a allegory for AI?
Yes. Because she took the flaws of her creator.
Not intentionally.
No, actually, it's pretty bar for bar because a lot of the AI narratives is that the reason why the AIs tend to go haywire is because they were built by the people who built them, imparted their own personal weird flaws onto the AI. Just like how Hermes did not know how to ask a decent fucking question.
Just like Adam and Eve. Like, if we're going to trace this all the way back, we can trace this back biblically.
Like Adam and Eve from Near Automata? Our Bible? Near Automata? Yes, because that's... Isn't it a shame that that's where I immediately went?
No.
Because, yeah, like, look at them.
I still...
Bar for bar. Because I was thinking about that today. Like, he asked an unreasonable question and gave them an unreasonable task and sent them out into the world. And
ill-prepared, no context.
And watching them fucking go berserk because of it. And yeah, I kind of had some other stuff there, but I lost it. Throughout the course of the workday, capitalism beats it right on out of you.
That's true.
Well, speaking of capitalism beating it right on out of you, the other game that I played a lot this week was Freedom Wars Remastered. And by a lot, I mean I probably put in like a 3-hour
15
play
minutes.
session. No, I did a few missions. I didn't do my classic JRPG of get to the first save point and then never play it again.
Oh,
Yeah.
But yeah, so also I'm not sure without people to play this with how long I'm going to last with this game, because even getting through the tutorial, like I'm seeing the vision of this with 4 people, but I am not seeing the vision of this as a solo hunter.
getting kind of bored.
I'm surprised Juwan isn't on it right now.
Everybody's on Marvel Rivals. That is my problem with every
Marvel Rivals.
Fucking Rivals.
I can't find people to play Call of Duty with. I was lucky you got on, Chris, because you've been the only person I've been able to play Call of Duty with, because you're not bit by the Marvel Rivals bug.
Chris, have we
Nobody's
introduced you to
playing
Marvel
Fortnite.
Rivals yet?
Nobody's playing Freedom Wars. Nobody's playing jack shit but Marvel Rivals. And
No, I
Balatro.
played other things than Balatro and Marvel Rivals. I've played other things.
What are those things?
Actually, speaking of gun, speaking of gun, I've been playing more Shadow the Hedgehog. Speaking of gun, I've been playing more Shadow the Hedgehog.
That's a valid answer. That is
and
That's a good
also,
one.
I have finally started playing. And also, I put I put more hours in the Metaphor.
But
because
also, you're
fucking Metaphor.
You're not going to be in the PSN party. You're not playing Call of Duty. You're not playing.
I mean,
Fortnite.
we're just in the Discord.
We were in the Discord
Yeah.
while. I've been living in the Discord this past week. I don't know what you're talking about.
Honestly.
Not even our Discord, and that's the other thing. It's like
the snow day agenda. Dog, I was up till like 5 a.m. that day.
Dog!
Damn.
Dog!
Thursday night going into Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
everybody was up late that night.
Yeah.
But yeah, Metaphor's really good.
Nice.
I'm enjoying it.
What type of build you running?
Magic.
Magic?
Yeah, it's an Atlas game. I'm running Magic.
Honestly, real spit for the pro tag. Strength is probably the best.
Ooh, like Nocturne. I can respect that.
Yeah, because just like some of the things that you get later, because it's like the pro tag, like their line is Seeker, right? And Seeker also like is a balanced class, but like having enhanced strength would accentuate some of those moves that you get that are really strong, and you could even pick up a couple of the other archetypes just to add better strength type moves and like increase that proficiency a little more. But Magic, that's the other right choice.
I like my press turns.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it, because strength isn't strong until you start seeing crit synergy.
So strength is also good because there's physical magic attacks that they will hit elemental weaknesses, and they can also crit.
Oh, the Draco strikes! The Draco strikes are in this game? Hell yeah!
Yeah, so a lot of shit like that.
I'm so happy they started making that, because there are very few. Like Atlas has just started consistently adding elemental attacks that scale off strength.
Magic bonk sticks.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. I'm glad you're fucking with it.
It's fun. I will say that was the worst. The funeral. This is the only thing I have to say about it. That was the worst plan known to man going into it. And then also learn to read the goddamn room. Also, by the way, learn to read the fucking room.
This is my plan.
And also learn to read the fucking room. Other shit is happening right now, my guy. Learn to read the fucking room.
Oh my god. Fucking Louise.
Fucking, you know what? I love how Atlas is very consistent with their Lucifer design. It's like it's consistent. Their Lucifers always look like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
So before I
with the exception of 4.
Before I completely cut y'all loose on Marvel Rivals, because Jalen, I know you got a rant locked and loaded. I got almost completely caught up in Final Fantasy 14 this week.
Nice.
I did the dungeon for 7.1. I just have Talk No Jutsu left with Galul Jaw and like all that shit. Galul Jaw using a computer and the warrior light standing behind him gave me big Future and Gunna energy. Or no, that's Young Thug and Gunna, right?
I know the image you're talking about. That's actually Lil Durk.
So Young Thug and Lil Durk.
Yes.
Neither of the people I initially said were in that image.
Yeah. Young Thug and Lil Durk.
The Galul Jaw using a computer with the warrior life standing behind with just that image. I wish I had screenshotted it. Madrid or anybody else, when you inevitably get to that point in 7.1.
If it's me, I'm not going to remember at all. Because there's
I still have
there's no telling when I'm going to. I might play 14 again when they drop the next expansion.
Right. I got
I could
backlog type shit and projects to work on. I got type shit.
I do plan on going back to 14.
A lot of stuff to do as opposed to like
a little bit.
Yeah, like being caught up on it and then like having to wait each set of months for the next.
That was
next
I
raid,
really thought like I was like, oh, Dawn Trail was long ago enough that I'll go back to at least a couple patches, alliance raids. No, I came back to a patch with a dungeon.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like I because I'm not even like watching content about it and stuff like that anymore. Like if they do like the next fan fest, I'm gonna watch that of course just to see what else they got up their sleeve. But like
live letters, all that stuff. I realized like how
even the live letters, I'm not really. Even the creator I follow, like Mr. Happy, I'm not even seeing the most Final Fantasy 14 content. I'm seeing him do a lot of other stuff too.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I mean, it wasn't a lot. This is the base for a whole new story, so
yeah,
I feel like they're taking their time.
But the ideas that they've already put out there, like the normal raid series, is interesting. The Alliance raid, what they've said about it, is interesting. So it's just like. It's not a matter of, like, yes, Dawn Trail was, like, we are establishing, like, this is a baseline that we're building here. But
yeah, they're running slow. They're running slow.
Yeah.
They're running slow in comparison to Endwalker, though.
Okay, so that's probably...
They are actually running
Shadowbringers.
Even with Endwalker, I think I still have a good amount of stuff that I haven't done yet. Like, I think I'm a couple patches away from being finished. With like
the last couple patches go by super fast.
Yeah.
The thing with the post game,
I think I did the third layer of the Alliance raid once.
Well, even just talking about story, like the majority of the content post Endwalker is trials. Like, so instead of it being dungeons and like all this extra, like outside of the optional, which are like your normal raids and your alliance raids, you're getting more trials than dungeons. And for Dawn Trail, it just being one dungeon, and for Jalen saying that it's going a lot slower.
Not a lot slower. We're officially in the, this has gotten slow. Because normally they average about 4 to 5 months. They average a patch every 4 to 5 months. And it's like, at this point, we're already at this is kind of slow.
Yeah, so there's been one patch with one dungeon and the normal raids. But we haven't gotten Alliance, like even the first part of the Alliance raid, we haven't gotten any patch trials.
I see what you're saying, one dungeon. I got you. For the from that patch.
Yeah.
Well, that's all of the post game of Dawn Trail right now.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
that.
Well, shit, it's probably about time for us to be getting some updates soon then, huh?
I think it just came out not too long ago, right?
No, the 7.1's been out for. Let me see, because now I got to look at dates.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like
fall.
Okay, 7.1 dropped in November. Dawn Trail dropped in July. So that's that about 6 months ish cadence.
they
So-
did say they were going to be slowing down with patches though, like with Endwalker patches. They just said overall from now on we're going to be going slower with them,
Which
I
is
do
fine.
remember that.
I get it. Like at the end of the day, the game respects your time.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
And
I just had to
quality
make
of
sure I
life.
turned my sub off.
Yeah.
That's,
Like I
That
love
part.
y'all, but yeah,
You're not getting free money.
I need that.
I need that.
I need that. The 15, I need that.
I really could switch that over to a Fortnite crew sub. Even though I
Okay.
just got charged. My thing lately has been like 1 month, like, it's like, oh, I can do this sub for 1 month, cancel it like the very next day. So, like Pokemon TCG Pocket, the premium, like I subbed and unsubbed the next day, but I still have a month of those packs. Or Fortnite Crew, I subbed and immediately unsubbed, but that unlocked all the battle passes or all the passes that are in Fortnite. So I've just been like, I finished all of them except the Lego pass and the regular battle pass that are in the game right now. So like the OG pass was just free cosmetics, and the music pass was a lot of like instruments and jam tracks and stuff that, it's nice to have, but
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have spent the money to get that pass. So
Yeah.
I could totally turn my 14 sub into a Fortnite crew, just reoccurring sub.
Yeah, I would say if you're not playing it consistently.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'll see they send me you're about to get charged one, and I go and play, and then
You're doing that just to justify having the sub.
yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's getting played on the like bright side. Like Fortnite and 14 are still the two games that are just going to consistently be getting playtime.
Well, Monster Hunter's approaching. Do you think
Yeah.
there'll be any
Monster
room?
Hunter is
Do
approaching.
you think there'll be any room for either one of those games?
Probably some Fortnite.
But 14?
No, especially if they don't. If we don't have the Alliance raid by then, definitely not 14.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, let me go to this manage my subscription tab.
There you go.
It's just on the page. I was just trying to look at the patch details, and it was just on the page.
They're being honest, They're like, hey,
Yeah.
Subscription renewal. Unregister, done. Did that do it? I think that did it. I think I no longer have a reoccurring sub to Final Fantasy 14.
Your wallet.
got
Thank
another
you.
one. Now, go get the Marvel Rivals Battle Pass.
Oh my god.
I gotta figure out
Fucking
how
Rivals.
to complete the previous battle pass because they switched over the season, got rid of all the purple tokens that I was
Yeah, they
using.
reset your coins. So really, you just got to grind. That's really all it is. Just grind. It's the same. It's the same currency. They just reset it. And if you bought it, I believe you still have access to it.
Yes, I did buy it. I do still have access to it. Like,
So just grind out some more coins. Play the damn game.
Is it time to get into the weeds about Marvel Rivals?
totally.
All right.
I bought the new Battle Pass. I just want to get this out.
I
and
love that Scarlet Witch is not
I
working.
bought some currency, and it said it didn't go through, and then so I bought another one. But turns out they both went through, so I had an extra pack of currency. So I was upset about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
So
that.
and now I'm probably gonna have to get the Gooner, one of the Gooner skins.
I mean,
You
if you
mean
have
the
to.
Sue Storm skin? Because
I
that
know what I
is.
said.
You said one of them. There is one correct answer right now.
I mean, there's other Gooner
Vengeance
skins.
Psylocke. That's
What's your flavor? Tell me what's your flavor.
right.
Yeah.
This is a game full of bad bitches. Like, come on.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as much as I love this game, there's still like very much issues. They still haven't solved that loading bug that is still in there, and I believe, and that's definitely server side because it's so inconsistent. Like, it's a consistent problem across the non-ranked playing PC player base. That's something I would like to add. If you play ranked, you don't have this issue because ranked makes everyone load in first.
Huh.
But this game just does not load well.
Yeah, because we'll be playing matches in like.
I won't get in for 5 minutes. Sometimes I don't get to play around.
But
There was a
see,
game, the last game I didn't get to play at all.
Aber doesn't have
Wow.
those problems, which makes me think like a SSD. Like it may not completely.
I checked the Steam forums, and people with SSDs are having this issue.
Right. I'm not saying it's going to completely eliminate it, but I don't think you're going to have a like if you were to put the game transfer over to a SSD, I think as long as it's not like an external dealing with like the limitations of USB, I think that an SSD would like more than 50% solve this problem.
Nah, not with this game. I checked the forums, I looked at the fixes. Like, the original theory was SSDs until people with SSDs started reporting this issue. I think it's the anti-cheat, if I'm being 100.
I've been seeing some cheaters though.
Huh?
I still be seeing some cheaters.
Exactly. You're right. It's like,
And
I've
you
been
can
cheated.
play it on Steam Deck.
so I want to play it on Steam Deck. I got a big ass fucking monitor in front of my face. Like,
No, I'm just saying, like,
I get it. You want to see
anti-cheat
the
will
cakes in
fuck up.
4K?
Anti-cheats
game
will
I want
fuck up a lot of Steam Deck games, but the fact that like you can run this on a Steam Deck, like maybe the anti-cheat, yeah, that's always a possibility on PC.
right. It's usually something like anti.
Or de
it's
novo.
usually- Or fucking de novo. God, fuck. Yeah. So I really do think it's an anti-cheat problem, and so it's probably not going to get fixed anytime. I thought they would have this fixed with
Season 1.
yeah, I thought they would fix it, but they also didn't fix the FPS issue either. Like, the game gates your power by your FPS. If the lower your FPS, you do less damage and you go shorter. There are combos you cannot do on lower FPS.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like that was
But
kind of.
do they get the flash step bonus of being unhittable?
Well, no, that's ping, and it's completely different.
Yeah, that's ping. But there's
Yeah, ping used to haunt Overwatch. Overwatch would literally be like you push the
Overwatch doesn't have this many melee heroes, and trying to melee somebody who's flash stepping is fucking impossible.
It is impossible. I know, because I've been playing some Captain America lately.
Trying to play Captain America against pings?
Right. It's like, come on.
You might as well not exist.
I will say, Cap's increased survivability makes them so much more fun. You could really just be in the mix for fucking ever. That shit is hilarious.
Did they touch Magneto at all? Because
I think he did get. I think Magneto got buffed. Hold on. Let me double check.
I don't
a
remember.
buff would
I don't
make
remember
sense,
him
but
getting,
absolutely
getting
no
anything.
changes. Yeah, like that's the thing.
Like
I
a
don't-
lot of the Shield heroes, like I guess Magneto and Groot didn't really get anything done to them. Like Cap and Thor got like buffs
the
because
fact
they
that
were looking
Cap's
kind of
not
weak.
a shield hero.
He's a dive tank like a motherfucker. A dive melee tank. Venom got a buff, and I didn't think he needed one. But
Why the
Venom,
fuck did he
nobody
get a
thinks
buff?
Jeff, Venom, Iron Fist, Punisher are all characters that could be nerfed into the dirt and nobody
Well,
would care.
actually, with Jeff, they did adjust his ult so that it's a lot less frustrating. Number one, the actual hitbox is consistent with the indicator, and it's no longer a 10 meter sphere. It's now 10 wide, 5 up, meaning flying characters can avoid this. So if you have a move that gives you elevation, you can use that to dodge Jeff ults now.
yeah, because I've literally attached myself to a ceiling as Penny, and that wasn't good enough, and I still got like eaten a long time ago. But that being resolved would make things a lot better.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they fixed that.
So they dropped we were unsure last time of how they'd be dropping the Fantastic Four. They dropped Mr. Fantastic and Sue like as the first, and they've said that the Thing and Johnny are coming later.
Yeah, and it's also 90-day seasons. So I could see Johnny and them coming in like a month and a half.
Well, also, they said that this season just is. This isn't an indicator of how long seasons are going to last, because they said from here out, seasons are going to be longer than season 1.
Okay, so we're having longer than 90-day seasons. That's okay.
Yeah,
Because isn't that the average length for a season? About 10 weeks?
I'm not sure, honestly.
I feel like Fortnites tend to last longer. Apex, I feel like it would always be like, oh yeah, you're getting towards the, like you'd have that 3 months of it being up, and then you'd have some time after that before they announced and started to wind down into. So I feel like it would be like 3.5 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's
I
just
feel like it's dependent on your content at this point, like how long the season is, and then how long it actually feels. Because if you're getting a good constant drip, it's not going to feel like it's super long, even if it's like 3 months or so. But if
And
it's just
also-
like, here's the content, have fun. You know.
yeah, and also
it
not
can get a little
letting
stale.
the game get stuck in a particular state for too long. Because that was one of the biggest issues with Overwatch is we were stuck in that GOATS meta for the rest of Overwatch 1. The moment we hit that meta, we were pretty much stuck into it till like the end of it.
But when Doomfist was good, they decided to nerf him immediately. Racist.
Right.
Racist.
And also, I do like how the characters interact. Like, there's actual proper counters for for each comp. Like, you can't run too many tanks, or Wolverine will just kidnap you, and Moon Knight will just bounce chakrams off your tanks till he builds up ult charge and then ults your backline. Like, oh, and them Storm buffs are amazing. Storm feels so fucking good now. Like, holy fucking shit. Baby feels so good.
Nice.
I feel
I
like
just
I've
need
been
her
playing
X-Men
worse
red
with
fit.
Storm.
I just need her X-Men red fit. I just need her X-Men red fit.
Yeah.
Right.
I would like to say, fuck Reed Richards.
Oh yeah,
Mr.
fuck Reed Richards.
Fantastic.
Yeah, fuck Reed.
ruined
Fuck the
game.
maker. Fuck Reed. You know. Like, and the
ruined
reason why Mr. Fantastic is so frustrating is that he gets bonus health for each when he uses one of his moves. Each of his moves have 2 charges. So it's like he gets a whole lot he gets more bonus health than fucking Magic gets. And he can
Venom.
More bonus health than Wolverine. Like, the fuck?
Right, and it's the fact that every single time he uses one of his abilities, he just gains more health. It's near permanent. Unless you isolate him and CC him. Then you can deal with them. And that's the thing about it. You've got to CC him.
When he goes full Gear 4, you're going to want to CC him then. Because, like, you lose access to your other abilities. So the most you can do is just slap the shit out of somebody. You know? You got a shit ton of health. But when he's doing his his damage absorption, I don't think you can CC him. because he's actively absorbing that shit, and then
Mm-hmm.
get ready to fire it back to you.
Right, and that's because all the CCs are projectiles. Mantis's sleep is a projectile. It's all projectiles. We need somebody with a bonking stick. Like, we need Luke Cage, and he needs to have a CC move where he just punches you in the face hard enough that it stuns you.
Yeah.
We need a melee stun.
You know, I feel like they didn't want to give that to Cap when he does his shield bash, because they were trying to beat the allegations, the Overwatch allegations. But like, y'all can't beat them. You don't want Cap to be broken? Just go ahead and give that man's dash a fucking CC.
Yeah.
Because in what world does getting hit by a shield not stun you? That is a universal game mechanic.
Honestly, most of these moves should if we're talking about real life, most of this shit would stun you. You get hit by most of this shit, you'd be like, you would just lay down and start crying. You'd just be like, I'm going to bed.
Either that or you goop.
Right. Because remember, Thor is also bonking you with the hammer. Thor doesn't have CC either. He has a bonking hammer. He has a short-handled bonking stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. When he dashes at you, you get knocked back. You get like a good little knockback, and you know it gets your mind right. I'll say that.
Yeah. I have not touched Thor since the buffs. The buffs they look all right.
Yeah, I mean he can't get CC'd out of his ult.
Right.
From most things. They said most things, so
still doesn't change the fact that that strange Thor tech is now in the wild, where when Thor's gonna ult from base straight into a strange portal.
I see.
Strange's portals are so fun because it enables actual big brain plays. Like if your enemy team is pushed up entirely too close to your spawn, portal right to the capture point. By the time they turn around and run back, you've already got it.
Oh yeah, like when you're on the symbiote planet.
Yeah, symbiote planet, the Wakandan map. Shit, it works for Neo Tokyo.
We still haven't seen any of the new maps yet, at least in like the limited amount I've played since season 1's dropped.
One of them is for
Free for all.
Yeah, free for all, which is that map is insane. Because it's just got like a bunch of portals.
Bats is there. Bats is the ghost dog that hangs out with Doctor Strange. He's a big Spider-Man fan.
It's a Dachshund.
Yeah, little Dachshund. Good old Bats.
And then the other map is New York.
Yeah,
so
I just haven't seen New York, I guess.
During the Darkhold.
That map's gonna get hit with a Cloverfield.
It already did.
It looks like it did. Shit.
It already did. I mean, shit. Dracula and Doom used the Darkhold to block out the fucking sun.
Damn.
Yeah. Like, that's the plot of season 1. You're escorting the
And Blade's trapped until season 2.
Right.
And he's gonna get out and fuck shit.
I've had it with these
I think people aren't ready for how much of a jerk
in this motherfucking sky.
I cannot wait to see how much of a fucking jerk Blade is in his interactions, because Blade is an asshole.
Right, we needed Samuel L. Jackson Blade. I know Wesley Snipes is going to be the only, like, is canon Blade, but Samuel
There's
L.
only
Jackson
one Blade, and there'll only ever be one Blade.
I still can't believe they fucked up that Blade movie.
It's the holy grail. We know Marvel will be back on track when Blade... Because Fantastic Four got fucked multiple times, and it looks like we're actually going to be getting a good Fantastic Four.
This is actually the first time Marvel has tried to do Fantastic Four, because the other times that was Fox.
Well, no, I'm talking since Fox acquisition, the two that they said at the same
That
time were
years ago.
Blade and Fantastic Four. And then Fantastic Four got fucked multiple times until we get the incarnation that we have now. And Blade is still in the process of being fucked multiple times.
Yeah, but also I think this comes back to how the MCU is handled, because a lot of times Disney has already written the script for the movie and they just want the director to put their spin on it and their name on it. That's been a known thing about the MCU for since phase 1, actually.
I feel like they've gotten a lot better. Last year showed a lot of restraint on
Which
their
one?
part. Last year?
No, I'm saying which specific
Deadpool and Wolverine. That was the only MCU movie we got last year. And then outside of that, we got Agatha All Along, which was a good show. They finished off What If in it was meh. And X-Men 97, which doesn't really count, but just because they say it counts, it counts. But last year's show,
I believe they only say it counts because it was popular. I think if it wasn't popular, they would not have counted it. I'm saying that right the fuck now.
But
they would have had it off in its own separate thing, that new Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man that's coming out.
Which looks like it's going this year. I don't have the most faith for because.
I'm gonna be real. I never did.
But I'm just saying, last year they did a good job. This year we are on much shakier. Thunderbolts has potential. Thunderbolts is probably the one thing this year that I'm actually excited for.
It's one of those things where
I'm gonna be honest. I don't have to watch none of whatever the fuck they got slated.
The only thing they got slated that I care about is Fantastic Four. That is literally.
Yeah. Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts. So I'm getting two hits this year at least. Well, we'll see about Thunderbolts. Working time.
Thunderbolts messy, but I could see it working. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I
have zero hopes for Captain America: Brave New World. That.
You want to see CGI Harrison Ford?
CGI.
The fact that they're doing Red Hulk.
Ford.
I mean, first things first. We all knew this was going to happen inevitably. The moment they said, "Oh yeah, here's Thunderbolt Ross," we're like, "Oh, Red Hulk's coming." And that's also been I feel like the thing with the MCU is that they spend more time trying to do the connectivity and the stuff that they don't write. They don't write developed characters anymore. That's why I wish they would do more TV shows.
That's what they did well last year. Because What If, the one good thing I'll give What If is it gave Shang-Chi more screen time. It gave Agatha more screen time. It gave a lot of these characters that deserve more development. It gave Celestial.
Agatha barely does. And I'm saying this right now. Agatha barely does. Well, she's having a moment simply because she was in WandaVision. That was one of those, we're doing MCU synergy. She's not even an old woman in the comics anymore. They made her young because of the fucking MCU synergy. Fucking again. MCU synergy with the comics pisses me off so fucking off. Pisses me off so much.
Yeah, they kind of fucked everything when they said
it. I do want to punch Kevin Feige in the face for this shit. Yeah. Some of this shit pisses me off. Legitimately.
Everything 616 is kind of why? And
also, let's be real. The MCU should not be 616. It should at least be 6100. It should have at least been 6100. But
it could have been
600.
Other than 616.
Right. It should have been one of the fucking Ultimate Universes.
And they only found out in fucking a parallel universe that they were in 616 in the MCU. And that just fucked everything.
Right. And it's really one of those things where I feel like the world building is just for references, is not for actual world building. And then also, once again, part of the reason why the MCU has been so rough is because they killed off one of the only characters they actually developed throughout the series. You know?
Well, multiple. So Chadwick died because Chadwick would have been like he would have been the new Captain
I know. They
America,
should have
like,
recast it.
parallel.
I'm saying this right now. They should have recast it.
They're going to in the next one. Like the
Yeah,
fact that
because-
there's going to be a third live action, there's going to be a new actor for T'Challa.
Yeah,
Because
it's
they
his son
can't-
it's his son that they established that they showed that was in Wakanda forever.
Yeah,
he has
but
a
they
son.
don't. They are not going to do that much of a time jump to make him like they're
I
going
was about to say
have
that doesn't make sense. That was what they should do is just like, hey, I'm from parallel universe. My universe got
Yeah,
cooked,
that's-
and
yeah,
I ended
yeah.
up here.
Or they just use Fantastic Four for a full-on restart.
No, they're not going to do that.
That would be the smart thing. If you ask me.
Fantastic Four's in a separate universe. Spider-Man's in a separate universe. Well, the animated Spider-Man. Well, Into the Spider-Verse is in a separate universe. Your friendly neighborhood
That's a Sony.
Spider-Man's
Okay,
in a
Into
separate
the Spider-Verse is a Sony product, so that already doesn't count. Into the
Yeah.
universe.
Spider-Verse
It's
is
Marvel
Sony.
Studios. It does
Marvel,
count.
yes, Marvel put its name on it, but I don't think it doesn't count for MCU. That's my point. I don't think it counts for
Because
MCU.
it's not 616.
No, because it's not.
MCU is 616 as well as the comics because
Okay, and I'm saying that is fucking stupid, and I'm
I'm
ignoring
agreeing
it
that
because
is fucking stupid.
it gets stupider the more you think about it. So you're telling me the Peter Parker who dated Black Cat, who did all this stuff, is the same Peter that is a Tony simp? Really? Fucking really? Like, I hate it so fucking much. And it just makes everything worse. It makes their even shows worse.
Yeah, I feel like What If kind of put itself into a few different corners with the final season, and then did all of the they're like, here are all the other ideas we had. As
I think the biggest problem with What If is that it was most of the ideas are lame, and I don't think What If should have an overarching and trying to put an overarching thing on top of that.
Yeah,
I think
where
that's
they
the biggest
fumbled
problem. Like if it was just Secret Level and just a bunch of fucking random ass anthologies, that shit would have been lit.
I still need to watch that. Like I think it would have been fine if it was just for that first season, but it seems like that's just been what it is. So it kind of
So season
takes away
2
from
kind of was them trying to like do movies but MCU them as TV episodes. So like they would do, I can't think of a good example, so I'll just say Titanic. They do a Titanic but it's Marvel as an episode.
Oh, okay.
That's what season 2 would be. And then season 3 started off very anthology and like kind of got back to what made it good and then closed everything out with here's this overarching story that we've been following the threads of since season 1 for no reason. Because like
let's try to
didn't need
shoehorn everything together.
Right, we didn't need Captain Carter to come back. We didn't need the Doctor Strange universe like Strange Supreme. We didn't.
Ain't Captain Carter dead in the MCU?
Well, now she is a Watcher technically, but died.
Didn't
maybe?
she die first? Because I think I remember Wanda killing her in Multiverse of Madness.
That was definitely not in 616.
You're right about that. You're right about that. You are right about it. I did lose track of the teleporting. You were right about that.
Yeah, that was in.
Wanda killed
same...
the fuck out of everyone.
Yeah, she killed all of them, but that wasn't the Captain Carter from What If, or as close to the MCU as What If is.
Multiverse of Madness was such a fucking pointless movie.
What If is a better.
Okay,
you could have
here's the
called
problem.
What If Marvel's Multiverse of Madness, and it would make more sense.
I will tell you exactly. The problem with Multiverse of Madness is literally WandaVision. WandaVision was popping, so they wanted to do more Wanda shit. Because the villain they were supposed to. Because where the fuck was what's his face? Mordo. Mordo was supposed to be the fucking villain. It was set up.
They've squandered a lot of villains in this fucking.
Well, that's another thing about it, and part of that is because they keep killing them off. Or they will set them up, and then don't do it because they change their mind. And this is also what happens when you try and set up too much stuff that early.
MODOK? Squandered.
Not MODOK.
Yeah, they squandered MODOK.
Oh, no. I'm trying to remember this motherfucker's name. My bad. My bad. I'm trying to remember this fucking.
Gore. They squandered Gore. They squandered
The black guy from the first movie
Yeah,
that
he
started
was
killing other mages, right?
Right, he was supposed to be the villain, but
Right.
WandaVision was WandaVision was their most popular show, so they're like, we can get the TV people into the theater if we have Wanda in it.
Dormammu, I've come.
I will say, some of that Wanda shit was lit though. They did let her wild out a little bit, but once again, I still think it should have been more though.
Yeah, WandaVision, Wanda could have done WandaVision season 2 and leaned more into the Agatha stuff because that really would have made her son make more sense. But instead, they tried to fast track.
Her son is literally, she just manufactured them kids. That's just the plot. That's what happened.
Right, but Wiccan, like the fact that they're doing Young Avengers, and instead of using Scarlet Witch to set up Wiccan, they used Agatha.
I mean, that kind of makes sense because Wanda was never really in them kids' lives like that. If we're being 100,
but the whole thing they were setting up in the MCU was that she wanted that.
Yeah.
And so, like, you can really just connect the
dots. Once again, Multiverse of Madness fucked up so many characters because they were like, no, we need this synergy.
Squandered title. The two most squandered titles. Multiverse of Madness and Quantumania. Neither of those movies were good enough for those titles.
I'm going to say right now, I did not expect. I really think they ran out. All the good stuff with Ant-Man, like, I was very surprised the second one was as good as it was. But I was like, we could be about done here.
They should have been done. I'm saying Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania is, like, the premise for, like, the best Marvel movie. Like, it is up there with Thor Ragnarok levels of, like...
Oh, speaking of Ragnarok, Thor Love and Thunder fucking squandered. Like, why is Gore and Thor in two different movies, and why is the Gore movie better? I want to just watch the Gore movie.
Thor was in, like, a romantic comedy with his weapon for that entire fucking movie, so...
Right, and it's like, if you just want to do that, why not just have Zeus be the villain? We could just have fun. But no. Because they need to use... And the reason why is because at the end of the day, they don't actually have any faith in selling their stuff. So they have to make sure that there's some iconic comic book thing that you want. One of those comic books things that you really would love to see on the big screen. And then they advertise and then they don't do it well.
Yeah.
You know? Because the actual fucking Ragnarok was a fucking event. Tony had to make everybody... Odin had to give Tony the fucking forge, and he made everyone fucking suits. It was sick.
All right. Well, before we go too far down this MCU rabbit hole, we still have a couple games on the dock that we got to get through. So, Madrid, Balatro.
Yeah. I got my first one.
Which
Good
deck?
job.
The money deck. That's the yellow deck, right?
Yep. Money deck. Money deck be moneying.
I had a lot of money, and I had the ancient Joker that gives you a 1.5 multiplier for whatever suit. And it changes like with each round. It changes. So those are easy chips right there. And I just started playing for flushes at that point. Flushes, maybe straights, maybe I guess like full houses or something like that.
All viable strategies.
Anything that's going to give me the same suit in high amounts, and then also another one that gave me like a plus multi for the money that it gave me extra chips for the money I had. So like the Bull Joker, and I had some other stuff to help like round out. And I had a lot of money, so I could keep just spending or re-rolling, or it's just like having money just makes it easier to get more money, because it's not like the yellow deck like consistently gives you more money. You just start out with $10.
But that starting investment,
it
makes
it
that means you can.
I'm just saying this is an allegory for life. being broke ain't no joke. Like,
Right. I wish the world was more like the green deck. At least that means you get paid for skilled play, you know? Basically what the green deck does is you don't get interest, but you gain $2 for every hand that you still have, and you get $1 for every discard.
Yeah, so that is continuously giving you more money as you play.
oh,
And for
Right.
the better, like if you're winning first round, you're keeping all your discards and your hands. That's just
Yeah.
like
It actually rewards skill play. You know?
I was doing a lot of just beating the round with like one play
yep.
because I got so good with it. Like I still like needed the fuck out of those discards though, just to get the right kind of stuff in my hand.
Yeah, but that's only $1 per, and so that
Yeah,
it'll
yeah.
really the hands benefit having leftover hands benefits you more than having leftover discards with the green deck just in general.
Yeah. And now there were some like cards that I would see that would give me I would have gotten more benefits from playing more hands, but I
Yeah,
wasn't. So
like
I just
to-do list.
I kind of ignored those. I was like, yeah, nah. And there
Yeah.
was a point I had a Joker that was each time I discarded a certain
Three kings.
it wasn't three kings. I think it was like a tower or a castle or something. It would give me, I think, chips or like a plus multi.
Yeah, it would give you like it would add like as you were discarding the
Yeah.
set suit. Yeah, I know when
Mhm.
you're talking. And yeah, it's a castle. Like
Yeah, it was a
picturing the
castle.
exact.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I've never used
Yeah.
that one.
I was using it for a minute because the suits were always different from the suits that I needed to play. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to get rid of some cards anyway. I might as well just get rid of this suit. And eventually I replaced that with something else that was, I guess, better for what I was doing.
Yeah. I will say I do find it
that shit
interesting.
got cracking it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to say my last loss was because I was using the smudge joker to get straight flushes, and then it was like, hey, we're gonna debuff what was it? It was hearts. Hearts are debuffed. And I'm like, fuck, I got smudges. I can't use red cards at all. It was fucking rough.
Gotta get them wild cards. Even though wild cards.
No, wild cards still count for debuffs.
Yeah, I was about
If
to
they
say.
count for any suits, they count for the worst one automatically.
Or the best one if going with jokers.
Yeah.
Worst for debuffs, best for jokers. Because anything is like, oh, if you play a heart, it'll count for that heart. But if hearts are debuffed.
Yeah, then that's the thing about smudges. Smudges basically turns the game into you're playing reds or you're playing black. You know, and you're just hoping for... Really, all I was looking for that round was straights until, like, you know, that debuff came up and ruined my game. Because every straight is automatically a straight flush.
You get jump scared by some of those jokers. And speaking of jump scares, Chris, Silent Hill 2.
So I am slowly chunking away at Silent Hill 2. I've got out the prison, which probably has to be the scariest thing.
Oh, the fucking prison?
The way they remade it in this game it's the scariest thing I've ever played as far as survival horror goes. The sound design that they use in the prison is just fucking crazy.
So it's scarier than the dollhouse from Village.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
You just go into rooms and random things make sound. Then you like, and it's sound that makes sense based on like, as you're reading the documents, you kind of understand what happened in the prison. Just the monster designs and just with the crawling, with the doll legs or whatever the mannequins are. They just, all over the ceiling and like on the roof, like the lighting they've added into this is like. So needless to say, I've got past it and I'm in the labyrinth part now. But I haven't been able to just like fully go. I'll get to a nice chunk, get a nice checkpoint and be like, okay, I need a breather and let me go play something else. and by playing something else. I started Fields of Mistria, which didn't know it was an early access game. When I got it, I guess I missed that point. I was just like, "This is a cool farming sim." Um, so not everything's in it so far. They're gonna add more later. Like the relationships that you build with the whole town can only go up to 6 hearts. You can't go to a full 10. Um, and things like that, like the levels of each thing that you do, like farming, gathering, fishing, cooking, all this has like the same way as Stardew does, but it takes it from where Stardew is like 1 through 10, and then think with 1.6 they've added like 5 more levels that give you a little more boost. This has gone up to 45 levels, and
Hey,
each
yo.
yeah, and everything you do in the game gives you this like collectible called this purple orb that you go take to the statue, and that gives you your buffs for each like your skill tree of your farming sim. And so it's cool. It's got a lot more in depth that Stardew has, especially as far as relationships and lore and the people's personalities go. Um, the farm is okay to me. I don't think it's as big. And the way you customize, like to actually be able to plant a plant there, you have to get another tool, the shovel, to dig up the grass, and then you can like use your hoe to like make a spot to put a seed. Yes, Madrid.
I mean,
Sometimes
that's how farming works.
you gotta use that hoe, you know?
You got to use that hoe.
Um, so it's cool. I feel like the town for me right now, like the town and everything surrounding it, just feels big and so far away. The game kind of takes place is not like your grandfather died and left you this farm. It's this town got hit with an earthquake, destroyed part of the town, and that's kind of your whole thing is you're trying to rebuild and get money, bring money back into the town. So
Okay.
like the barons or the castles kind of sent out a letter, said, "Hey, who wants to be the farmer for our village? You take the call." And that's how your story kind of goes. And it's cool. The town folk are very lively. They have a lot going on with them. They're also way hotter. They have a lot of waifus.
Oh, I've seen this game.
Yeah. And I was like, okay.
There's like magic in it too.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of magic that you're gonna I haven't gotten to I don't know if it's because it hasn't released yet, but I haven't been able to go into the mines because it's not open. I have to hit like they have levels of the town, and right now I'm in like level 10 wood, and I need to get to like I need to get to the iron part of the level. And I think they just did that because it's in early access and they want to like slowly release little things, and so that's when by the time you can actually reach this level, it'll be unlocked. So I haven't gone to the mines yet. There's a lot of shit to unlock for the museums, like catching bugs, your artifacts, just like Stardew, just like all these random things that you turn into the museum for the first time, and that kind of brings more people into the town and boosts the town's popularity. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was real close to playing Stardew a couple days ago when my power went out because I pulled out my Switch.
Yeah.
Because it was charged, I didn't need the internet.
I did
Um,
I did play some Stardew just to like kind of see, just to
mm,
like kind of go test back and forth, and I genuinely missed that game. Like I found myself not playing Fields of Mysteria because I'm like I'll wait until I bought it like in early access, so I'm gonna wait until it's fully out and then I'll crack out on it because I know I'm going to do that. You can
I
already
feel
feel
that.
myself, but like I haven't played Stardew's 1.6, and that's kind of what has kept him from releasing the Haunted Chocolatier, his next game, because he put so much into this last update. I was like, let me just hop on the PlayStation, try to get this platinum, and check out what the new 1.6 has got going on. And it makes
Does it have crossplay yet?
yeah. Actually, not crossplay. Multiplayer, yes, but crossplay multiplayer. Um, as of today, it does not have crossplay.
Is it on anything else other than early access Steam?
What? Fields of Mysteria?
Yeah.
No. Mistria. No, it's not. I haven't seen it on PlayStation. So I think you can only get it on early access Steam, which makes sense because I went through the farming sims on PlayStation, didn't see it, and then was on Steam Deck and was like, "Oh, this looks cool." But yeah, I am dabbling a little bit more into the Stardew Valley, and it makes sense why this game, while it doesn't like, it's not the oldest first farming sim. It is like the poster child for farming sims, and it doesn't get everything right. And other farming sims will do other things better than it, but it really is like the true base of a good farming simulator.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds promising.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it comes out to more things when it's when
don't
it leaves to
really
early
know.
access.
It probably
Yeah.
will. Like odds are.
Yeah. I'm ready to see like the final hard events and all that kind of stuff. Like the more festivals that they're going to add. They have a lot that they're promising to put into the game.
See.
And you can definitely tell that it's Stardew inspired.
All right. Well, does anybody have one more thing before we wrap? We actually have had an extra long episode this week.
Yeah.
No, that's it for me.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, remember, you can follow us all collectively around the internet, cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. You can follow me on Blue Sky, where I will be keeping y'all up to date with my topographical knife build. At Anton6. Chris, where can people find you?
You can find me at Chef and Chris on Blue Sky.
Madrid.
You can find me at Zaza Warudo on Marvel Rivals.
All right. Jalen.
Squid Bishop on the internet.
All right, this has been a No Scope production. The video version is edited by Chris. The audio version is edited by Akuma Santi, and the descriptions are written by ChatGPT. Until next time, keep it cheesy.